Can you hear me? I hope you was able to hear me the entire time that I was talking. If not, then damn. But anyway, and I know I'm all ashy and everything. Like I said, that's not the point of the video. Anyway, so people always say nobody cares until you win. As in your story, your struggle, it doesn't matter, just keep it to yourself and come up. Basically use it as a fuel to argue or to drive yourself rather and to come up because nobody cares. People expect when you get online to talk about what you're venting about that you're asking or begging for money. And time is more valuable. Anyway, I get online, or I used to get online to come vent about how my first line of defense fails me every time. And it feels like it almost feels like I'll never win. Having to defend myself as an introduction to people who've already heard of like certain situations that's been taken out of context by my chatty Cathy, who likes to vent their version of me because I'm the only child and yada yada. I don't know, child, some oppressive stuff. Anyway, dang. Anyway, yeah, out of situations development. Like, so they'll hear, okay, because I know, like, that's when I was turning the page. And it's funny how I cut this sentence in the middle of a page. But let me just say this, right? So someone will vent and I'll overhear them about their version of me, not of the situation, their version of me, how I'm hostile and this and that because I had to defend myself. It's usually me having to defend myself because a person won't defend me. And that's what I mean when I say my first line of defense usually fails me. Anyway, and this is not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is venting. So, even though venting about a situation or a circumstance does nothing for the viewer until they're inspired, not all social media is for this audience. And you have the option to scroll past it. You aren't obligated to interact whatsoever. But definitely like this video. So the purpose of some of these videos are usually to get to just vent. It may entertain some viewers to leave a like. But ultimately, going through these emotions to get a better understanding or a clearer view of what's around you in order to navigate through it in a newer perspective is more so for the speaker than of the viewer. You know what I mean? So basically, to sum it all up, when you see someone coming to vent, it's not necessarily because they need money or support or anything like that. Or I mean, support is different, is not necessarily money. It's like time. Time is very much as more valuable in my opinion than money. So your time, your support, you could be like like some comment, some positive comment. Oh, you got it, girl. I've seen people say that, something to show your support. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. Anyway, but I know why people might say money because I remember like back when I first started my professional dashboards and stuff, and like the guidelines, or I think that's what it's called, would be like, oh, have someone, have someone, have 20, it will just give you a random number. Have 20 people send you stars or something like on Facebook or whatever. And I would just, and you would have to, like, how would they send it to you until you tell them to send it to you? So I would just be like, hey, send me some stars. And people would be like, oh, she's begging for money. And it's like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. Lessen the interaction on Facebook. I'm not doing that. Anyway, y'all. And when someone comes out here to vent, I know I already said this, but they don't need money. They just want to just release it more so. Yes, the support is great, but it's more for the viewer, as in like you just want to you have something on your heart, you have something on your chest, and you just want to let it out. You don't need a captive audience, you just want to talk to somebody, whoop de whoop. Especially if, like me, your first line of defense is not defending you. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna keep it nice. I'm gonna keep it nice. Your first line of defense sells you out quicker than quicksand, quicker than. Let me stop. I'm just saying that is difficult for me, but not all the time. I mean, cause I find ways to channel my energy into like other things or whatever. Have a baby, have other things that I have going on. I don't necessarily ponder too much on it, but I just wanted to say this video because I mean it matters, I guess. You know what I mean? So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if this video relates to you. If it doesn't, if you feel it, if you don't, yada yada. I think I should show more forehead in these videos because I mean my hair is still nice, but ooh, you see my edges are not. It's because I don't be doing my edges. You see how this video just turned? But that's what I'm saying. When I be venting, it's just to release so that I could just move on. And that's how it's for people to vent so they can move on and get off their thing. You know what I mean? All right, peace. Bye.